Hello.
Hello.
Hi.
Welcome to Shrimp
We're
Hours.
back.
We're so back.
83? 83?
Yeah.
Something like that.
God damn.
83.
That's a lot. Hello, how we doing? I'm Drive-Thru.
83
I'm
too
here.
many.
Cody's here, Slap's here, Rusty's here. It's true. But we've made it. We made it
Dude,
through the
we
off
somehow
season.
made it.
We had probably some of the worst podcasts ever. But now that excuse is out of the window because NASCAR is coming back. And we'll have to find other excuses for putting out crap podcasts. All right. I want to open it up. We'll quickly, just like very quickly go through the football game because it happened and it was pretty good. And that's about all I've got.
Pretty good.
Yeah, it was a like for I admittedly almost fell completely asleep in the third quarter, but like the ending was fun. So they kind of came around.
Can we talk about the Jesus AI generated feet pick commercial?
Dude, that was so weird. Like I understand putting out weirdo commercials for the Christian cult thing, but the feet, like it was literally an entire commercial if you didn't see it. Just about feet, and it was like, here's an AI image of someone washing someone's feet, and it was just a slideshow of those for about 30 seconds while they're like, Jesus washed feet, you should watch feet. That was it. It was just people washing feet. It was just people touching feet.
Rusty, after watching it, he's like, man, I gotta go chop some wood. I'm gonna be right back.
Like imagine spending $1 million on a Super Bowl commercial and it's just a bunch of dudes fucking touching feet. I don't know. That's how you know a cult has way too much money when they're putting that on television. All right.
I gotta say, dude, that was like, there's nothing quite like watching that Super Bowl with like schizo-brained relatives that are like so far deep into like the conservative rabbit hole. Like, could you imagine like 2 or 3 years ago, I had to explain to you, like, yeah, conservatives hate the Chiefs because there's a football player who's dating Taylor Swift and he's sponsored by Bud Light. And they'd be like, wait a second, what? I don't get it. And it's like, dude, there's so much lore to it you don't even understand.
That's just
and it's all schizo-brained, stupid, just inane bullshit. Like, it's just media manufactured psyops, all of it.
On the other side of things, I did appreciate someone who took a screenshot of the end zone that literally just says "End racism, Chiefs." It's like, hold on. So it's I don't know how much that's doing. Oh yeah, also Usher did the halftime show and sweat his balls off, but it was pretty good.
Yeah, Usher was like, he was gushing up there.
Gosh.
Call him Gusher.
Gusher.
All right, football out of the way. It's NASCAR time because
Gross.
this week is the Daytona 500, the biggest lottery in racing, in front of everyone's eyes.
Stenhouse goes back to back.
Set the stage for the whole season. Well, that's the thing. Is last year, in our pre-Daytona 500 show, we made a few predictions, and I think Rusty won last year's prediction.
There's no way.
Thing.
There's no way.
You're the only one who picked Blaney as the champion.
Oh, I thought you were talking about the 500.
I don't think anyone. Yeah, no one picked Stenhouse for the 500 last year, but we all get a chance this year to pick. Once again, I don't have any fancy system for this. We pick a 500 winner, we pick a champion, and we pick. Let me
Dark horse.
Yeah, it was originally like a dark horse playoffs thing. Why don't we pick someone who exits the playoffs in round one? Like a playoff round one exit guarantee.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so let's start with 500 winners. Last year, me and Rusty picked Blaney. He did not do it. Ed picked Joey Logano. Cody picked Larson, even though it's a plate track, and Slap picked Brad.
Was a dumb pick.
Which I am now fully under the belief that Brad Keselowski's not going to win another race because he's just going to spend the whole time pushing Buescher.
He's got a third car this time, though. He's got a third one.
He does. He does.
Hey, they're going to pull a colleague. They're going to go 3 wide on the final lap and just block the whole track.
I'm actually gonna lock in my pick. I'm picking Buescher. Cause he didn't he win the last Daytona race last season?
Yeah, he did.
Yeah, they're gonna go. Yeah, he's going back to back. I'm calling it. Who do y'all got?
I'm feeling Busher too. Like Brad's just too much of a company, man.
Yeah, yeah. Like he literally. I don't think he'll do it unless Busher gets wrecked out and like it's just Brad.
I mean, unless it's just like they get hung out and one of them gets hung out in the wrong line, then they try to like scuffle back together, and it just so happens that Brad's out in front.
Yeah, that's literally it. Cody, Rusty, who do you think?
Rusty.
I'm gonna go really boring because I didn't come prepared with this one.
Yeah.
It's going to be the heavy favorite for the race. Not only the heavy favorite, your defending champion. He's going to win at least 10 races this season, and including every plate race. He's going back to Atlanta. He's going to win. He's going to win every single race, period. Ryan Blaney is your 2024 Daytona 500 champion. Lock it in. It's happening.
God. Gotta turn my volume down a little bit. My bad, viewers.
I was sorry about that. I think I
wasn't ready for all that.
Can I make another prediction?
Well, if you want to replace Busher with it.
I don't, but
okay.
If Blaney wins the 500, he's gonna pull a 2005 Jeff Gordon.
What that means?
Jeff Gordon missed the chase that year.
Oh.
So I think he'll.
Well, you can't do that.
Do anything for the rest of the year.
Win and you're in.
Unless.
Oh, I think it'll just be a shitter for the rest of the year, and I think
26
first or second round exit.
Unless we get 26 new winners and everyone goes to the playoffs. All right, Cody, who do you got? It doesn't have to be an educated guess. It's the Daytona 500. It can literally just be like.
Say Jordan Love.
You know what? Fuck it. Just because it's the 500 and anyone has a chance. These cars have always been good at plate tracks in the past or super speedways. And if I pick this one and he just so happens to win, people will think I'm a fucking prophet. I'm going Todd Gilliland.
Okay, that's where I thought you were going.
Okay.
Right.
You know, when Cozy wins tomorrow night, I think it's destiny.
He's I feel like he's been good in the plate tracks in the other series as well. So I believe it.
Todd Gilliland, baby.
Dude, host of ours trying to get in. That'll be fun. What was the dude? Riley Herbst. Is Riley Herbst running? I'm trying to look at the list.
Yeah, he's in the 15th.
All right. I love these animals. And Noah's out there again. This is gonna be a great 500.
And just some wild cards thrown in there should be good. All right. Now we have to pick a playoff round 1 exit. Someone who's going to make the playoffs, maybe off of a stupid win, maybe off of mediocre driving, and just not have a chance. I guess the closer we are to 16th place, the better we do. Any thoughts?
I'm going with Mr. Lego, William Byron, the most overrated driver of all time, who
won like 6 races.
He stole all 6. William Byron, you're out of here.
Damn. I was thinking immediately like Stenhouse or like Austin Dillon, someone who's just there, like they just exist. It could also go Bubba on this one. But I'm gonna go Stenhouse because I feel like he could win like a Talladega race or something, or even the Daytona 500 apparently. But even if he doesn't, it's very likely that he'll be sort of bottom of the playoffs and just get him out of here.
First round exit.
Cody? First round exit.
McDowell.
Yeah, that's fair.
He'll limp into the first round like he usually does and not make it much farther.
Did he even make it last year?
Yeah, he won the Indy race.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. He's a 2-time winner? That's insane. God. All right,
yeah, winning a race is rare enough, but winning 2 races puts you like like immediately in like the top like 50 all-time wins list or some shit.
And it's Michael McDowell. Like, ugh. All right, Slap. Who do you got?
Exactly.
Noah Gragson.
You think he's
Bold of
making the
you.
playoffs?
Yeah, I was gonna say.
Yeah, I think it'll be either him or Josh Berry that squeak their way in. Like they either cheesed win or a plate track win or something, and then immediately.
Dude,
just
Stuart Haas is gonna be
get
so garbage this season. Like it's setting to be like a Detroit Pistons level. Like, God, I'm worried for their sponsors, the ones that haven't already left, because they already lost most of them in the offseason. All right, well, there's one more pick to make, and that is who's gonna take it all. Who will be the 2024 NASCAR Cup Series champion? Rusty got it right last year.
Gross.
I'll make you go first then, Rusty, even though I already know who you're picking. Who's it going to be?
Well, you know, since you guys love me, I'm not going to take the obvious pick, which is Ryan Blaney. That's obvious. It's obvious. He's good. Yeah, we already know he's got it locked.
He wasn't the obvious
who,
pick last season, and it worked for you. So
the guy who has been the best driver in the next-gen car has been Kyle Larson. That's another easy pick. I'm not taking Kyle Larson. I'm going for the long shot pick. Nobody's going to pick this guy, but I'm picking him. The driver of the 54. Ty Gibbs is your champion.
Oh,
What?
my God.
he didn't make the playoffs last
He's going
year.
all the way. Ty Gibbs is winning the championship. Like, I should cut a promo now so you can share this 9 months from Ty Gibbs is going all the way. Dude, Toyota, I don't know what they got working on with that car there, but they got the new car. Denny's going to take a step back. Bubba, he might get better. But Ty Gibbs, he's going to finally big dick the field. Tell Joey, like, we'll be seeing you. Ty Gibbs is going to Phoenix, and he's going to do what everybody wants him to do, at least what I want him to do, and just move Ross out of the
So
way.
let me get this straight. You think the kid who choked at the Clash and just threw that win away is going to somehow cobble together a championship-winning season?
He's not even the best Tyler in a Toyota.
Ty Gibbs, he gets us.
He gets
Jesus
beat.
Christ. I'd like to point out that last season. Oh, damn. Last season, Slap picked Ty Gibbs to be the champion, and that
What?
didn't happen.
What?
And,
Stealing Slap's thunder.
and this season, Rusty's going in doubling down
Hold on.
on someone who didn't even make the playoffs. Okay. Well, I'm going to take the obvious pick because it is the year 2024,
Oh, no.
which is an
Oh,
even
no.
number.
Oh, no.
Joey Logano's going to do it. It's going to be
Don't you
stupid.
do
It's
it.
going to be so dumb, and I'm going to hate it. But it's going to happen. Joey Logano's going to win the title.
Oh, god damn, you stole my pick.
You can take it too. It's literally going to happen. I'm sorry, and I'm sorry that it will, but it will. Joey Logano, 2024 champion.
Even numbered year Joey Logano.
He's just
Kill myself.
he just stumbles into it at the end. You can take it too if you want, Cody.
No, I'm since Rusty didn't take it and I thought he would, I'm gonna take my boy Kyle Larson, who should have had it this past year.
It should be
Not
3 or
for
4 in a
these
row.
neutered cars that take zero talent to drive and just completely aero dependent.
All right, so that leaves you, Slap.
All right. He probably should have got it last year, but this year he's on the bounce back. He's coming for blood. William Byron.
Ah.
Mm. All right. He was looking real good last year until he wasn't. So the picks are in. For the Daytona 500 winner, Slap and I have picked Chris Buescher. Cody went with Todd, which is possible. And Rusty, of course, went with his boy Ryan Blaney. As far as a round one playoff exit, I went Stenhouse, Slap went Gregson, Cody went McDowell, Rusty went Byron. And for the champion to win it all, I've got Logano, Slap's got Byron, Cody's got
You're gonna
Larson.
make me watch somebody put Legos together for 15 minutes on a tiny little Netflix show. Like, get out of here. Come on.
Well, Rusty picked
he's
Ty
an
Gibbs to be
autist
the
just like
champion,
me.
so.
I felt he's my spirit animal now.
Jesus Christ. Like two questionable statements rolled into one. All right, well, those are the predictions. We'll revisit them at the end of the season, much like we did last year, if this podcast is still going, which unfortunately it won't be. And with that, it's time for the first drip or drown of the season. I've got just like a small selection of Cup Series cars because I don't feel like digging through everything else. And it is still Monday, and a lot of teams haven't even put out their paint schemes. So I don't even know what a lot of cars are going to actually look like. But we'll roll through a quick selection. And I do want to
teams
start...
are tired of getting roasted on Twitter by kids, so they just don't even announce them anymore.
Well, if they didn't put out crap cars, they'd be fine with it. Which...
Fuck you, dude. You're a little kid.
We'll talk about it in a bit. All right.
Up, dude. You're a little kid.
First of all, Carson Hocevar's in the 77, which Spire Car, Gainbridge, they got a new paint scheme this season, and it's an Exalta car. It is literally... They're running it on the 7 and the 2 truck as well, and they also had like a secondary sponsor with the same base on at the Clash. I cannot remember the last time there has been like that blatant of a ripoff, like in the Cup Series, like ever. I mean, it's just the Exalta car. Like, dude. Dude, I cannot believe they're going with this.
Well, I think the one they ran last year was a banger, so it's interesting that they went with something else.
I think they did a fan vote for the Sanchez truck, and there were 3 options, and everyone voted for the Exalta truck, and then they just start running that in Cup, I guess. Even with other sponsors, I guess. I don't know what the hell they're doing. And I don't know how Exalta or Hendrick hasn't been like... Hey, pal. Like,
oh, they'll get the talk from Rick. Rick's gonna sit them down and.
And also, if you're gonna steal from any team,
cookies again.
Why Hendrick? Their cars usually suck. This one's okay from the side. I guess that actually kind of looks better than the Hendrick one because they went the black hood. So, all right. Next up, Kyle Busch is running whatever the hell this is.
What?
Zone nicotine patch. It's going to be on the 8 car. It's green and it's blue and it's
like a nicotine gum.
Dude, is that the government warning on the door? What is that?
It is the government warning is going to be across the side of the 8 car and on the hood and on the roof and on the deck lid and probably on the rear too. So I think everywhere they show the logo, they're putting the government, like, this product contains nicotine, is an addicting whatever thing on, and it's just on the car. And it looks horrible. It looks like the year 2007. Like, this literally looks like Windows Vista. So yeah, that's interesting. We don't have any official pictures of the Gragson car yet, but someone took a spy shot at the shop. And it looks like he is running the sort of standard silver and true timber camo Gragson scheme, which honestly is the right pick.
Banger.
It's like become iconic with him, even though it's a recolored Chase Elliott scheme. And the angle of this looks kind of awkward. But yeah, he's got Ranger boats on the side and Winchester. They actually use the sponsor space pretty well. So I'm curious to see how that'll look when it's fully revealed. But shout out to Gregson. The silver looks good. It's a pretty shiny silver. They're using the same sort of thing on the 41 car, which for a car that's not painted looks pretty good. It's more than just the flat colors that everyone else is using. All right, C-Bell is doing a half and half with Interstate batteries on the side and DeWalt on the hood, which I honestly thought looked pretty cool. And Twitter hated this. Like, they put this out and everyone was just hating. And I honestly disagree. The standard DeWalt car looks like garbage, and putting the Interstate thing on the side makes it look much better.
Disgusting.
You don't like it?
I don't like what they're doing with the drop shadow on the 20 on the roof. That just makes me want
it literally looks like someone accidentally dragged a layer on the roof. I don't know what's going on there, but that's the DeWalt car's fault.
Everything else I'm fine with. It is.
I think the reverse Interstate with the green lightning looks pretty sick. Like, there's a lot going on there, and I enjoy it. All right.
Yeah.
We saw the dollar store legacy cars. They're equally good as they are forgettable. So we'll see them on the track, I guess. I think we talked about the Bowman car when it launched, but I just wanted to say this thing looked sick on track in the Clash, and I'm now convinced that it's the best Bowman primary ever, despite the white numbers and white everything and the kind of messy background. I think it looks great.
Paint scheme looks like a bus seat.
You know,
Yeah, you
I
just
never
ruined
thought
it.
about that. It does look like a bus seat, which are specifically designed to not look dirty when they're actually very dirty. So do with that information as you will. Okay, I just wanted to point out that I don't think anyone has painted their wheels on the next gen before. Penske did a thing where they kind of like polished them out, and it was like a little bit shinier. But Rick Ware showed up to the Clash with yellow wheels on all their cars, and I think this might start becoming a bit. Like I feel like Rick Ware is going to start showing up with yellow wheels, and you know what? Kind of cool. Kind of add some flair. And no one else has bothered to do it to the next gen wheels, so I think it's kind of unique. Yeah. Alfredo's running a car that looks equally like cool as it does just a back marker machine with the Beard 62 kind of slapped on there. I'm curious to see what he'll do in the 500. I think he has to fight his way in to the race. And lastly, Jimmy Johnson is running a Petty car, which looks cool.
Yeah, I like that Petty car. It's pretty cute.
It's honestly one of the best cars Jimmy's run since he's retired. And Jordan Worth took some spy shots outside Daytona, which it's Monday before the big race, and Toyota has still not revealed a bunch of their cars. Yeah. But Jordan Worth got a picture of them installing the cars at the escalator outside, and I gotta say, even though this is like a tiny view of it, the Tyler Reddick Beast car looks sick on the new body. I like it could be scheme of the year. Also, Bubba Wallace running a fry box McDonald's thing, which looks pretty cool, actually.
Brought the fries back, yes.
Yeah, I like it. And I like how they kind of blacked out the rest of it, so it's just going to look like a box of fries going around the track. I think it's cool. People are hating on it, but once again, I like that. Also, Denny's car looks like a Denny car. It's cool. On the entry list, Tyler Reddick was not listed as the Beast Unleashed. His sponsor was listed as Nasty Beast, which is the Monster T, which I'd never heard of before, but it's kind of got like some green and yellow. And if they come up with a new design involving some green and some yellow on a black car, I think it'll be cool. But I'm sure by the time this releases...
You go back to like the picture like of the Toyota cars.
Yeah.
I like how it looks like he shot that through an air vent.
Well, it's through the fence outside the track. It's literally up against the bars. You remember this, the security thing at Daytona?
Yeah, stupid.
I also saw people immediately who were like, damn, they couldn't put C. Bell's car up there. He didn't make the cut.
Dams.
That kind of gets me excited about the season, seeing brand new paint schemes like that. It's hot. It's like nostalgic.
They haven't revealed them yet. I don't know why they haven't done a social media thing of like 23XI.
We drown and we roast them. They're tired of it.
That Beast Unleashed car is so cool. Like genuinely so cool. I want to see more of that. I'm sure by the time this comes out, we will see more of that. But this, well, I guess I can put this out on Wednesday now since I'm not doing core. People are getting pissed in the comments because I started putting it on Thursdays because I was doing core stuff on Wednesday afternoons instead of this.
I think the first comment was like, "It's actually dead. Like you guys are dead or something." I'm like, "What?" Like,
yeah, what? I got so many comments from last week saying it's dead.
Only 3 dudes. You like what?
That's fair. We do have we have a new 3-dude idea, which I'll put some work into because I want to make it happen. Okay. Do we want to do Animal Planet or the media check-in? I feel like if we do the media check-in now, we've got no wind in our sails. Yeah, I'm making an executive decision. We're going.
Oh no.
Animal Planet.
Dude, speaking of animals,
yeah,
I'm just gonna jump in right away. We'll occasionally get a video from Slap on the road, and today just a collection of animals like you'd never think you would see like during your like day on the job, and it's like it's cool, but like how and where and why? I got so many questions.
I don't.
There's just like a dude out in like Fort Shoals that just has like a ton of animals.
Hold on,
Like,
let me
out
see if I
in
can
its
bring
front
this
yard.
up. Because Slab sent us a
what's up?
video in the group chat today. Oh yeah, I can. Okay, hold on. Let me do this.
Like I'm
Yeah,
kind
Slab
of
sent a
jealous. Like,
video from the truck. There we go.
Animal Planet. Emu. And lots of sheep.
That's it. It's just out in the rain, and there's just an emu, like
dude, the
straight
emu
from the
on
truck.
the property.
He's just
Yeah.
chilling in the rain, and then just tons of sheep. Shout out to South Carolina.
Tons of sheep.
Yeah, I delivered that. I was just like delivering to his neighbor across the street. I've actually had to go down to that dude's house. He has like, there's even more sheep like next to his house.
Of course, yeah. Why not?
Careful, DT.
Careful, DT. We can still see everything.
Oh, oops! I forgot
The
to change it for
group
you
chat
guys.
is getting leaked.
No, the people have not been able to see anything else.
All right.
I just forgot to change the screen for you guys. You don't have to worry about that. Oh, I do have one extra Dripper Drown thing actually that I forgot to bring up. Harris Lou posted a teaser of he's working with Heatwave, the guys that make those funky sunglasses, and they have Dale glasses, like straight up
Dude.
Good Wrench with a GM logo. So I don't know if they're actually gonna come out with all that. But I mean, he's the way he's teasing it.
They better.
They better. I don't know. The Dale glasses kind of go hard. I have to cop some. All right. Do we have any other Animal Planet? Cody, you're back. You're dripped out in all your friggin' snowmobile stuff.
Dude, snowmobile merch is drippy.
Yeah, I like, dude, the hat with just the day glow on the back. That's sick.
Yeah, aside from just the redundant story that was Mother Nature not cooperating, I don't really have too many Animal Planet stories. They somehow got the damn race in all 500 miles. It was quite rough by the end, but they did
People
it.
were bucking all over their snowmobiles.
The leading team, the dude like ate shit with like 150 laps to go, and they somehow got all like 3 laps back, and they ended up winning the race. Which is pretty interesting. I didn't think that was possible.
But no animals to report in northern Michigan. I'm impressed.
I mean, not really. I'm far off on the like inside of the track, like far away from everyone in my little shack.
Far away from the animals.
Yeah, far away from civilization.
Protected in your little darkness shack.
My little hut. Yeah, I had my little darkness retreat.
That's what we were saying, because we'd seen you like once in the past 3 weeks.
I'm telling you, yeah, the darkness retreat.
Yeah, definitely covered the Packers playoff loss, but that's fine.
Damn it.
I guess, is that all we've got for Animal Planet?
Someone else has to have something.
I don't know. I didn't do anything again. That's the problem with me. I'm not an interesting podcast host 'cause I don't do anything. Like, except for the virtual world. I don't know. We got Coke Series tomorrow night. Cozy's going to win that shit. I spotted him for the FTF 500, which went great until his game crashed. But I learned a shit ton about spotting those next gens. Yeah, and like, I'm not going to go a whole way into it, but Ben and I have had a disagreement about a certain thing that I've set up on Cozy's computer that Ben's not happy about. And iRacing, I think they're trying to defer blame, called out the thing that I had Cozy install, and now Ben's pissed.
Oh, that was your fault,
no.
DT?
I don't think it was. I like firmly believe that it wasn't. Like, iRacing with the next gens is just it's just janky. But we'll see. we'll see if it crashes ever again. Like, I'll still be pissed. In fact, I'll be more pissed because then it wouldn't be my fault. But all I'm gonna say is, if you see Cozy on his broadcast wearing 2 sets of headphones, it's Ben's fault. That's all. That's my bit.
That makes no sense. So we removed whatever you put on the PC, but now he has to wear 2 headsets.
Because I showed him the Ed audio setup that I have.
That's a problem.
I've been using it literally for 3 years, and I've never had a single issue with it. Never. And Cozy's already had like a few like little things with the audio setup, but we got those sorted out. And then his thing crashed, and iRacing was like, "You have this funny audio setup." It's like, it's so he doesn't have to wear 2 sets of headphones in a Co-Series race. I don't know. Anyway, Ben got his way. We'll see how long it goes. We're having like a big dick off anyway, since I guess.
Well, if you just give him an inch, he's gonna fully deliver.
Dude, it's the worst because a few weeks ago, like, I was helping Cozy because he had like a small issue with it, and we jumped on Shrimpage, and I was like walking him through it. I'm like, all right, do this, like checking that this works, that works, and we're just in like the Shrimp Discord, and then Ben joins, and I'm like, oh my god, fucking
over.
Ben. He opens the stream, and he's like, oh, you're showing him this shit. Oh, DT, you're gonna ruin his computer. It's such a mess. It's so bad. I'm like, oh my god. I still don't think it was my fault.
Damn it.
Because I've not had a single issue with it. Ever. I would not do anything to sabotage Michael Cozy Jr.
It's gonna be a shrimp civil war.
It will. And it might boil over if we keep playing cooking game and Ben
you just gotta
keeps
take
biffing
South
it.
Park's advice. Just blame Canada.
Blame Canada.
Yeah, but it works here. It didn't work in Maryland. I'm blaming Maryland.
Blaming Canada for being in Maryland.
If you impact any race during the Coke season, DT, I hate to say it, I would murder my own family.
Well,
if you
so
impacted
that's the thing, is now it's out. Ben is like, okay, we're not going to do any of that for the Coke series, which means if he crashes during the Coke series, one, I'm going to be pissed because he'll have crashed, his system will have crashed, and then won't, it'll completely mess up his race because you can't get your laps back in the Coke series. But 2, I'll be pissed because it wasn't my fault. So that's it.
We're gonna lead every lap and go to the playoffs and win the championship.
Yeah. We I don't know. Last season he ended up finishing like 4th in his first ever race at Daytona. And I have learned so much about spotting since then that like we're going all the way. We're winning this shit. He's got such a good team. He's got an extra dude from his team on the track this season. They're going all the way. All right. I want to roll into media check-in because I got to talk about cooking game. I think I've talked about Plate Up on this podcast before, maybe, but it was finally like on sale on Steam, and I've been waiting to get the shrimps onto this stupid game. Where you just run around and cook shit. It's kind of Diner Dashy. Ed hates it. It's so not an Ed game though. And he gets pissed when he jumps in. We're all freaking yelling at each other about the kitchen.
I watched you and Ben play that for like 20 minutes. I still have no idea how it works.
You caught us when we were like so late game into a coffee shop run where we had like built a machine to do all of the coffee and to like make lattes and like brew tea.
Dude, they were cracked out. They're like speaking in code. They're not paying attention to. I'm like, what's going on right now? They're not paying attention to me. They're just like going back and forth.
We're just locked in.
Whatever.
That's my favorite thing. Because the first
like
couple nights,
I'm like sitting there like kind of buzzed, and I'm just like, yeah, fuck this shit. I'm gonna just leave. I'm gonna go play Minecraft.
We're scaring off shrimps. The first couple nights I played with Rusty and Caleb, which like, it's Rusty and Caleb. Caleb burnt probably about 500 pieces of toast, and Rusty would just get lost in the sauce and start panicking, and we'd have to like figure something out. But with
Caleb, to be fair, is like somebody who in real life would also burn 500 pieces of toast.
It's just like you put the toast in the cooker, you close the door, you wait 2 seconds, you take the toast out. That 2-second window for Caleb is like he has to go and do something else. He closes the door, he leaves, he does something, his toast is burnt. And he's like, oh no, how did this happen? Puts another one in, leaves again, it burns again, and just over and over.
That is just Zoomer brain right there.
Like you just can't sit still to toast the damn bread. But with Ben and I, we just get locked in. And it's been great. But it's funny when you get so late in the game that like if you mess like one little thing up in that game, like you don't deliver one order, it's just over. The restaurant is done and it's like you have to restart completely. So when we're like 25 days into overtime, just we had a code down. I'm yelling codes at Ben to tell him like what to do. And I accidentally grab like a scoop of ice cream, and then I grab a second one, and then I've got a bowl that I can't put down, and it's got to start shuffling around. It just blocks everything, and then it's just done. Like there's a cog in the machine, and it's destroyed. What a great game though. It has, I feel like, a limited window for shrimps. Like I feel like it's one of those things that like Rusty and Caleb won't care about in like a week.
Oh yeah, it's already over.
Yeah, based on what I could see, I don't know if I'd like it.
If we had like
so
more
fun.
dudes on.
It's great when like DT kind of coaches you up to like a point where you feel good about yourself, and then right at that point, it just all goes to hell, and then you like, it's a combination of a million factors, but it makes you kind of want to like prove DT wrong a little bit and just kind of like.
That's my favorite thing.
Yeah, you just kind of want to just run a really good restaurant, and like it like in spite of him, and we'll run
That's
it.
the
We'll
type
run
of
it
leader
back
that I
soon.
am.
In spite of it.
When you get it right, though, it's so satisfying. Like when you just get some
Yeah.
synergy and you get 3 or 4 dudes just rolling dishes in and out. Oh,
Yeah.
Oh, it's good. Shout out to Plate Up on Steam. It's $10. I don't know for how much longer. It would probably suck playing that game alone, but if you have at least one other dude, it's a damn good time. But that's all I've got for media check-in this week. Do we have anything else?
I've been thinking about getting back into Escape from Tarkov, and I don't know if I want to get down
Hey.
that
Oh
rabbit hole again.
man, I've got a few friends that play Tarkov, and it's scary. I'm too scared to play that game. I'll just suck at it. Like that's just not a me game.
Oh, I'm a shitter at it, but at the same time, there's so much like Russian gear and stuff, and I'm like, I don't know if I can
That's what
say
gets
this
you,
on the
the guns.
podcast, but I had an army buddy who had a word to describe that game, and he's just like, dude, me and you, we just like fit right in with it. Like we're just like cracked out on it. And it's like all shuffling through gears, like, oh, this is slightly better, this is slightly better. Then you get like your shit ready, like, all right, let's drop in, load up, clock in, boys, and then you get fucking blasted in like 50 seconds.
I think I said it last week, but I would love for you to stream anything on any channel, whatever it is. I think it would be high tier entertainment. I would love it.
Yeah, until he says something that is then live in front of hundreds of viewers, and then it's over.
If I was playing with my buddy who was like just got out of the army like 2 or 3 years ago, like when you're in the military, your vocabulary cannot be repeated in like civilian company.
Jesus
No, it's
Christ.
perfect.
Yeah,
Perfect
it's
for
like,
kick. Go to kick. Go to kick. Come on.
Yeah, you can do it on Kick. You can do whatever you want on
I can
Kick.
get away with that on Kick.
All right, that was your media check-in and your Animal Planet.
I'll do a
Mike.
quick one.
Oh yeah, yeah. What do you got?
I got to
Let's
hold
hear it.
myself accountable. So I tipped the tip of my toes into the universe of Godzilla. And if you tuned into the core race this past week, I could talk about it for hours. And the more you get annoyed with it, the more I'm going to keep going. So heads up.
Like the entire first half of the core night, I'm trying to race it at Atlanta in these like loosey-goosey cars, and Rusty is just yapping away about why this like Hollywood sequel to another Godzilla movie was better than he expected because there was this
So
dude
good.
and this thing happened, and it's just going on. I'm like, dude, I'm trying to drive here. Rusty's just going off about Godzilla.
So I'm in too deep at this point, and
Oh,
I kind of
God.
thought I would watch like maybe 2 or 3 of these things and just kind of like take a step back because it's a highly emotional and passionate section
It's just like Saw.
of everything. Yes, but the Godzilla fandom is it's crazy. So I thought I was just I thought I was gonna dabble and step out, but now I'm like a couple movies in. I started watching more and more and more, and I'm learning there's like different eras of Godzilla. And I don't know where I'm going with this, but what I need the people to know is that there's like 30 Godzilla movies,
And you're gonna
and
watch them all?
I'm gonna watch all of them. I'm gonna watch all of them. Dude, I was kind of hating for a little bit, but I randomly hopped into this. I think it was like a 1987 Godzilla. I don't want to spoil it, but I hopped in and then right off the bat. So this is Godzilla where he's in like a costume, like just the cheesiest peak, like I don't need.
Yeah, it's a dude in a costume on like a miniature set, right?
Yes, this is peak Godzilla. I had no idea going in, but it was actually the most badass thing I'd ever seen in my life, and I had to pause it and be like, "Hold on, I'm not ready for this. We're coming back when I'm actually properly through like the eras that build up to it to appreciate what is about to go down in this movie because I can just tell right off the bat this is going to be the greatest Godzilla of all time." And it's a man in a suit. I'll have to give you an update as we go, but dude, so good. So
Sure.
good.
My favorite part was just the one that made me almost wreck in the core race was when Rusty's going in deep about this character in this random fucking Godzilla movie. And he's explaining like his history and this and this and that. And he's like, I forget exactly what it was, but you're just on the lines of like, and I don't want to spoil it, but he dies. I was like, dude. Just to everyone on Twitch, just I don't want to spoil it, but and then just immediately die.
It's so fascinating watching the Americanized version of Godzilla because like the military has to just be like the greatest thing ever, and the way they just promote the United States military is like kind of hilarious in its own way. It's also just kind of just ridiculous, but I'm learning. So I'm seeing like the Godzilla gatekeepers out there. I'm trying to be respectful of you guys. I'm trying to learn, but there are like there's an iceberg of metas with Godzilla that you wouldn't even think exist, and like once you see it, you can't unsee it, and you want to know everything there is to know about Godzilla because you think it's just man in suit, but it represents novels upon novels of information.
So if you want to learn more about Godzilla, all the rest of
if you want
Twitch.
an accurate portrayal of what the U.S. military is like, not this glorified Hollywood bullshit, go watch Generation Kill.
Ooh.
Oh, what the hell is that?
I'm pretty sure I talked about it before. I said HBO miniseries, like 6
Talk about
episodes
a lot
long.
of things.
It's like 6 episodes. Each one's an hour, but it's just about a Rolling Stones reporter who like somehow like this is a real story that happened. As a Rolling Stones reporter got like finagled his way into like the 1st Marine Division, the 1st Marine Recon Battalion, and they were like the tip of the spear of the entire 2003 invasion. and so it's
insider info.
Yeah, so he's like on the lead Humvee on the tip of the spear in the entire invasion. And he's like, yeah, there's this like fucked up, weird, like coked out dude who's like doing so much like they call it rip fuel. It was like this a workout supplement that was basically just meth. So he was like cracked out of his mind. He has like the one like sergeant who's like in charge of the Humvee. He's like a very stoic like Jewish dude who's just like, you know, some randomly will quote philosophy and stuff. He has like this 19-year-old fucking psychopath with a goddamn saw who's just sitting there with a fucking squad automatic weapons. I can't wait to fucking kill somebody, dude. Can't wait to fucking kill somebody, dude.
Just methed up.
Yeah, and then they got like the gunner guy. He's actually like a halfway decent human being. It's like kind of relatable. And yeah, there's just like a big group of like fucking idiots and weirdos just like going in and invading a fucking country. The fucking military doesn't know what they're doing. They lose supplies. The people that like defect over to their side, they give them a whole bunch of guns and ammo, and then they just never fucking see them again. They're just like, did we just give like 4 tons of C4 to a bunch of dudes and they just ran off with it. They're like, yeah, and then like they're going into this city. They're supposed to like take
America
the
would
city, and
never.
then they're supposed to take the city and take the bridge. It's been like their one mission. They've trained like 3 months for this, and then they call it the fuck off, and they're pissed off. Like, what the fuck are we doing? They're like, all right, we talked to some of the locals. They're gonna put in flares, and we're gonna airstrike wherever they drop off those flares because they know where the bad guys are. And then like the sergeant's like, how do we know this guy isn't just gonna like drop these flares on like the houses of people he owes money to or whatever? And so like a bunch of houses get bombed. They didn't get any of the bad guys. They're all getting shot at now. The op gets fucking canceled. There's all this other bullshit going on. There's these military, like the generals and stuff are chasing glory, taking unnecessary risks, just blowing through shit, trying to get medals and shit. And then meanwhile, the Rolling Stones reporter is just trying to survive with all these other fucked up weirdos.
What's this called?
Generation Kill.
All right.
A lot of the guys in the show actually played themselves. Like those were the actual dudes.
That's pretty sick.
Dude, imagine if you like fill out an application to work for Rolling Stone and it's like, we will send you on location occasionally throughout the year, and you just get sent over there and you're on the front line. It's like what? Like that would be my luck, you know? Like you just, you know.
Like, and dude, there are so many like fucked up weirdos. Like they're like, and like pretty like they actually had like the guys who didn't play themselves were still on set as technical advisors to like get the dialogue right and everything. So like it's pretty much one for one like how it actually went down. And my favorite line is like this Mexican dude is with them, and he's just like, you know what, man? In the small fishing village where I grew up called L.A., you know, we had a saying. It's like nobody gives a fuck, man. Nobody gives a fuck. That's when I'm writing my memoirs, man. Nobody gives a fuck. I used to be a repo man. You want to know what the best time to repo a car is? Middle of the fucking day, middle of the parking lot, everybody looking at you, alarms blaring. You just haul that shit away. And you want to know what? Nobody does anything because nobody gives a fuck, man. Just like here. That's why I fucking love this job.
All right. On that note, we're gonna give a fuck about some emails.
Send in your fucking mail.
Yeah, we give a fuck about emails.
Send in your fucking mail. Send them in, guys.
We don't.
Wash your fucking hands, Slap. I don't give a fuck, man. You better send in
Slap,
those
did you
emails
wash your
at this
hands?
point. Welcome to
I
fan
did.
mail. Fan
Yeah,
mail.
okay.
Fan mail. Fan mail. God.
Never
I believe
outrunning
that.
these allegations.
Never. Definitely no chance. Nor should you ever. All right. If you want to send us emails, questions, comments, concerns, or interesting things, we'll read it on the show if they're not bad. ShrimpHoursPresents@gmail.com. Send them in. ShrimpHoursPresents@gmail.com. All right. The first email this week, we've got, 8 of them. First one this week comes in from Luke.
Cow.
He says, "Hi, Shrimps. I hope you are receiving this message in the future where the 49ers won the Super Bowl and my decade of sadness is over.
I got boy, howdy,
decade.
do I have news for you?
I got bad news for you.
If not, there will be a Ryder truck in front of Taylor Swift's house."
Based.
Bad news, Taylor. Unfortunate. All right. Doggo writes in. The subject
No,
line is.
don't even read it. Don't even read it. Don't even read it.
No.
Don't read it.
Have you heard about this email? What? Like,
No,
what?
I just know it's about me already. I just know.
So the subject line reads, "As a
Don't-
Lego connoisseur, Rusty can go fuck himself. Byron was based." Doggo says, "Since the crazy ass moments segment is back, I'm still waiting on royalties for it was my idea, by the way. I have lawyers. Might I suggest another maritime related incident, which is a story of Donald Crowhurst. Bro literally goes for broke and does a round the world race on a severely underprepared boat, and he must finish first or else he's financially ruined for the rest of his life. The rest of the story is just batshit insane. I don't know how a feature-length blockbuster or Netflix doc wasn't made about this man's life. Praying that Slap will look into this or else I will be in his walls tonight." I'll add that to the list of crazy ass requests. All right.
I think we talked it on previous shows, but like those YouTube videos of guys that go out on like their teeny little sailboats out by themselves in the middle of the ocean, like that anxiety just watching that video. Oh my god.
I love Sam Holmes sailing. Got some great videos where he just goes like literally by himself across the Atlantic, just in a
That's
tiny
terrible.
little boat.
That is terrifying.
Like a
Dude,
bird comes and lands on his boat for a bit, and this is like the most social contact he gets like, for the whole like few
Bird.
weeks. Yeah.
I've seen some of those videos, like dudes going around Cape Horn, like in South America. That's what that's called, right?
Yeah, it's the bottom
just-
of the where you have to go
yeah.
around. Yeah.
And it's like
To not
dude,
Panama Canal it.
Yeah, it's the fucking weather down there is crazy. Like all these swells and everything is cold as shit because you're so close to Antarctica. And like that's where most dudes end up not coming back.
God.
Yeah, that's terrifying.
Just like
If you go
thinking
missing out
of
there, you're like gone for weeks before anybody notices something went wrong.
thinking of the dudes like way back in the day who were just sailing where no one has sailed before is just like insane. That's just crazy. They would just go out for months on these boats just with no idea what's on the other side.
And you get
What about the
sick,
dudes
so
that did
even
it
if you make
before?
it, you die.
What
Yeah.
about the dudes before like star navigation was a thing? Like how the fuck did people end up on Hawaii?
Yeah, that's fucked.
Get shot by a poison arrow. So your leg slowly rots off.
Doggo says, question of the week is, what are some favorite and iconic sports upsets that you guys have? Personally, mine has to be the 8 seed Miami Heat dismantling the 1 seed Milwaukee Bucks in just 5 games in last year's NBA playoffs. Jimmy Butler's 50-point game along with Kevin Harlan's call still lives rent-free in my mind, even if Miami went on to shit all over my Knicks in the second round. P.S. Writing this before the battle of Hitler versus Stalin at the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
So I'm assuming it's going to be doo-doo meat. If Roger Goodell had balls, he would have rigged it for the Lions, to be honest. If the Lions were there, it'd be way more exciting, but it ended up being okay.
Yeah.
But favorite sports upsets, I would just like to throw in the Tampa Bay Lightning getting swept in the first round of the playoffs after like kicking ass in the regular season. It was great because fuck Tampa Bay sports teams.
Fuck Tampa Bay.
Los heard that.
God damn it.
Yeah, he himself is the only single redeeming thing, and his family, the only single redeeming things in that state. Anyone else got any legendary upsets on your mind?
Appalachian State versus Michigan.
That's a pretty good one.
Dude, I remember when that happened, dude. It was like biblical. That was a Division II team at the time, going up against like the preseason number 5 team, winningest team in all of college football history, and they fucking block 2 field goals and walk away with a dub. I remember like the day after, somebody posted a YouTube video of like the kids like at Appalachian State back home in Boone, North Carolina, had broken into their stadium, took down the fucking goalpost, and marched them out of the stadium and like threw it on the dean's lawn.
I've been watching the Netflix. I talk about this every week, but I watched the Netflix World Cup thing, and going in on Morocco's like insane run last year is also pretty sick. How it's like 4 years of soccer boils down to like one game, and it's like all time like Portugal versus just a Moroccan team of like kind of misfits just slapped together, and they end up taking down some giants, and people of Morocco go nuts.
I don't know
It's
if it
sick.
counts, but the 2014 Germany versus Brazil beatdown.
Not, it's. I guess it's not an upset in the result, but upset in just the like 7-1 like.
Yeah, nobody was expecting that.
reaming. In there, like at home too. God, it's all time.
Wasn't that like a semifinal or quarterfinal or something? Like that wasn't in pools. That was just like they had gone to like the actual tournament, and then they, you know, they're
that
in
was
their
like you
home
lose.
stadium,
Yeah,
and they just
yeah.
get absolutely murked. It didn't take long either,
Yeah.
dude. It was like 20 minutes into the game, it was Jover.
It was 6-0, like so early. It was just like, God. I can only dream of like as a visiting team to just beat someone down that hard at home when they're so hopeful. It's great. I love soccer.
Like the Dallas Cowboys.
I'll throw a quick one in. The 1990 Daytona 500. Old Dale Earnhardt had it in the fucking brig, man. And luck would have it, old Derek Cope stole it. And the reason I mention is my dad texts me every single year around this time of the year talking about Derek Cope. And I got a feeling there's probably 100 million other dads out there still crying about it the same way my dad is. So shout out to Derek Cope.
I blame Ken Squire for that. With like as they came to the white flag, he said, "Does anybody have anything to cope with the man in black?" And I was like, he jinxed it. He fucking jinxed it.
Speaking of Derek Cope, did you see Starcom Racing is racing again?
Hmm?
They bought a TCR car and they're racing in like the second tier IMSA thing with a Hyundai.
We're so back.
With Starcom Racing. It's actually kind of sick. Starcom fiber all over it and everything.
We're back.
Okay. The next email comes in from Jace. It says, Dear Shrimps, I write in with a question primarily for Slap or Cody if his diddled ass showed up. But anyone can contribute. Inspired by Slap's short track tour, I decided that I'd like to do my own tour of local short tracks in my area. I would like to know what tracks y'all would recommend in southern North Carolina or northern South Carolina, and which tracks I should avoid. My main criteria is a good product on the track and race dates, as I'd like to be able to get there and come back without much stress because I have to work tomorrow. I already have most of the tracks Slap made videos about on my list, like Hickory and Florence. Would like to know if there are tracks you would advise on adding to my list that weren't mentioned. From Jace.
Yeah, it's a Slap question. I've been to like no tracks in that area. It's a little
Yeah,
south
Cody's
for
more
my travels.
Midwest. But yeah, Slap. Tracks to hit and tracks to like avoid.
I heard the one in Gastonia is good. There's Carolina Speedway it's also North Carolina. That's good. Cherokee's awesome. Lancaster, it's sort of like the middle part of South Carolina. It's closer to like the North Carolina border, but I heard the racing there is like kind of bad, but it's just it's like the last half mile dirt track in South Carolina, so that they fucking rip down there. So it's more about the spectacle of speed than like close side by side racing, because it's just a one groove track.
Mhm.
It is like really cool to see, but you know it's still going. People still love it, and you know, big crowds and all that. I don't know about ones to avoid or anything. I didn't have any issues.
Based. All right, go to all of them. And let us know how it goes. All right, next email comes in from Keegan. It says, Hey Shrimps, it's been a while. I finally caught up from episode 41.
Holy shit.
I come to clown on some shenanigans since I've been gone. First, I got into a relationship, unfortunate. Second, on homecoming weekend, two idiots apparently lit fireworks in their house. Third, my girlfriend totals my car.
Oh no.
Oh no. Which is a
That didn't take
2014
long.
Nissan Altima, which is what happens when you buy a Nissan Altima. That's a great combination of things where it goes from I get into a relationship to she wrecked my car. I just have one question. Is the Soundhead Entertainment channel dead? Yes, because Ed died of a heart attack.
Yeah, Ed's dead. That is canon.
Yeah. All right. Next email comes in from Jack. Who says, Hello, Shrimps. I stopped being a lazy piece of shit and wrote an email. Amazing to see the return of Slap's crazy ass moments in history. Let's see how he gets canceled this time. Marcus LaFraud is giving away another RV, and it's a shame to see NASCAR Twitter is dumb and stupid and doesn't remember him screwing over designers. I didn't actually see anything about that, which is probably a good thing. Anyway, I'm back to my Monster Jam phase. What is your favorite monster trucks? Also, in the next Liars, Thieves, and Lawyers, I better see Marcus Lemonis. I have info on that, Slap. But yeah, what's your favorite?
He's in the outline.
What's your favorite monster truck?
The Monster Mutt, whatever the thing's called.
Yeah, a big old dog. Rusty, I know you love the Shark, but what's your number one?
Well, the Shark is for the boy, but my personal number one of all time, is not very exciting to most people,
That's
but
fine. Doesn't have to
there's
be.
nothing more badass than a good driver in the Gravedigger, just full fucking
Yeah.
send. Like, dude, when the lights are on, he hits the jump, and just ripping. So that truck in person is perfect. Big fan.
I don't know if I have a modern favorite. I liked Blue Thunder back in the day when it was like a Ford thing. Now it's kind of ass.
I like
starting to,
Bigfoot back in the day. That was like my thing when I was a little kid.
Yeah.
Which is unfortunate that you have to go to some janky show to see that truck.
That giant ass jump over the Boeing that they did that one time.
Yeah, dude. American flags out the back, dude. Oh, so good.
I'm starting to learn more about monster trucks, like mainly through just Beam and like Ed making me design stuff for him. But he also like sort of teaches me about each one. I don't know if I have a current favorite though. I'll have to figure it out. I'll get one. All right, I got 2 more emails. Rusty writes in, "Hello, Shrimps." Not you, the other Rusty. "Hello, Shrimps. It's Rusty again. At the time I'm typing this, it's the last few minutes of Sunday, aka my birthday. Happy belated.
Happy birthday.
My question for you guys this week is, what is a major sporting event or race that has happened on your birthday? Mine is literally tonight. I had the Super Bowl for the first time. Other sporting events that have happened on my birthday are the Busch Clash or the Daytona Duels. P.S. Wash your damn hands, Slap." My
not really,
birthday's
these
in
allegations.
December. There's not a lot
really.
that goes on.
When in December?
7. Pearl Harbor happened. That was a few years
Prairie
before I
Dirt.
was born.
That's Prairie Dirt Classic time, or Gateway Dirt Nationals time.
Oh yeah, I guess I could check the schedule that I made for you. And
Yeah, I know it's not really a major event outside of the dirt racing community, but the Prairie Dirt Classic, that crown jewel 50,000 to win event at Fairbury Speedway, this happened on my birthday a couple times in the last few years.
Did you?
Mine was always the All-Star race.
Mm.
I actually went to the All-Star race when I was a little kid when it fell on my birthday twice.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah. Was that one
What
of
do
them
you-
where Earnhardt squeezed DW into the wall?
No, I think it was when Michael Waltrip won, and then Terry Labonte won in '99. I think those are 2 of them.
I was hoping you'd say the one where Tony took out Mark Martin for no reason on the backstretch.
I wasn't there
that.
that. I wasn't there that year. I was like on vacation with the other side of the family down at the beach. But I was like just glued to the TV, and then that happened, and I just immediately turned it off. My mom's like, "Don't you want to see who won?" It's like, no.
Wasn't Mark Martin. Yeah, having a December birthday is always tough for that because it's just like, even for like having a party, like here it sucks. It's just cold. It's usually snowing by then anyway. Some people are more lucky than others. I did check, Cody, and you didn't do anything on my birthday last year. As in, you weren't at a track. I'm not coming at you for not getting me anything.
I didn't do anything.
All right, last email comes in from Ryan. It says, "Hey Trips, this is a very late email, but my trip to Daytona for the Rolex 24 was a blast. I'm definitely going to start watching more IMSA and WEC races this year. I have to say the highlight of the trip was winning a hot lap around the track in a Supra through the Skip Barber Racing School. I forget the driver's name, but his first race at Daytona wasn't on the speedway, it was on the beach." Huh? So that was super cool, chatting to him about racing back then. It must be some really old dude. I bought a 1/18 scale Cadillac GTP 31 car. I got it signed by the drivers and got Jensen Button to sign my Williams shirt. An interesting combo. For those who haven't considered going or watching endurance racing, I 100% recommend giving it a shot. Since Slap is bringing back crazy ass moments in history, I have a recommendation. Jeez. All right, Slap, you got content for days.
Okay.
The U.S.
They love
Navy's Operation Praying Mantis. Do you know anything about that?
Oh yeah. It was the one-day war.
Sure. Thanks for the suggestion. We'll add it to the list. Ryan says, "Keep up the great work." And that's it. Those are your emails for this week. Just like that, another Shrimp Hours has come and gone.
80.
Unfortunately, it'll be our last. Dude, we've done
Last?
83 of these.
That's gross.
God, like we were considering it the other day when some kid said he was gonna watch like all of them back to back, but 83 of these at like an hour 15 average each.
It's like a,
Even
That
if
is-
you're doing it at double speed.
That's just an obnoxious amount of content that we've just dumped onto YouTube and
We've just
podcast
vomited out
thing.
there.
Yeah, like just apologies to the internet. All right, see you never.
What are we gonna
Say
call
bye.
it?
Oh, you're right. We do need a. Oh, damn! I didn't think of a single title this whole show.
Mm.
yeah, it's a rough one.
Can we just call it emu exclamation point?
Sure, emu. Why not? Wait, let me. I want to pull up the video again.
Tons of sheep.
Yeah, you'll just get the audio for it on the show. All right. Bye.
Alright, today on Slaps Animal Planet, emu.